So that's what planned
People-
obsolescence is.
Whoa.
So this
There was some
planned
bond-
Britney Spears, since we're in Vegas, and she has a show here. I would say she was
Oh,
definitely
great. Let's
one
go
of
see
these
that. I'm going to cancel my
persons
Greyhound.
who was programmed, and
Yeah.
she did her music stuff, but her whole meltdown, if you remember, where she shaved her
Yeah,
head,
let's talk
wrote
about-
666 on her forehead,
Right.
and tried to like hang herself and said she was the Antichrist. She's attacked people with like I think it was an umbrella. All of that stuff happened, and I believe that she was breaking free from some of that programming, or had like a moment where
That's
it
what
was coming
Freeman
apart.
was saying in his videos at the time on Britney.
Other people like Selena Gomez and other little music starlets, I don't know what to call them exactly, they seem to have gone through the same type of either upbringing or programming, Disney, etc. But even Britney has wanted to leave the music industry for a while, but I guess it's her brother-in-law who manages and owns her and will not let that happen until she satisfies some contractual agreement. She's over it.
Okay, yeah, let me know when we start getting to the area around where the shooting took place.
So
I figure there's got to be
where
some
is-
weird Archon energy over there.
I actually don't remember where Mandalay Bay is from here. Let me see.
But it's on the strip, right? It's on the way.
South Las Vegas, so it might be behind us. I'm not sure.
Are you gonna get out and look at the building like it's a JFK visit to Dallas? Yep, I totally see it.
JFK.
Or no, couldn't happen.
His
Totally.
wife.
Like, have you ever
took
been
a
to Dallas and
vacation
seen the
at-
little
I
JFK
haven't been to
spot?
Texas at all,
It
actually.
literally is at the top of the pyramid, like the map shows, where it happened, and there are people that sell newspapers there, and they make money, and they're street people, and they'll
I saw-
jibber jab about, and you should probably give them $1 if they take up your time for that.
So I was gonna say they vacationed in Montecito at the San Ysidro Ranch, and other people did as well. That book, The African Queen, was finished at San Ysidro Ranch, and many other famous people have gone there. But about the Vegas shooting, there is the big Sphinx there in front of the Luxor, the pyramid. There's also the Mandalay Bay Golden Towers. Both of them are like giant phalluses as well. And apparently it was this was like allegedly the sacrifice, if we'll get into the occult understanding of this event, that was made for, I believe, Osiris by, who would be the woman? I forget, related to Osiris. I'm
Is
blanking
this something
on the
that
name.
you figured out, or something
No,
that's
this
kind
is
of out
something
there?
I saw
Okay.
online and makes absolute sense, because if you look at 9/11, there's the same type of thing going on. They have these giant phallus towers again, and they were lit on fire like candles. You have the Pentagon lit on fire, like that same occult aspect, and
Never
even
thought about it from that
and even
perspective,
afterward,
but-
they had the that all-seeing eye ritual that they did, where they all stood in that eye and did something. So there's occult aspects of all of this. I'd say probably even in some of the stuff that happened in France too, if not just the city it was in.
Okay.
But maybe where they happened too. There were probably a pyramid nearby. Whether it's if the Louvre was nearby, I don't know.
There's something to that with the pyramid, obviously in buildings and downtowns, with that being a symbol of power, but the tinted windows really help with the filming, because normally it'd have this glare effect. That would make this almost impossible. That's pretty cool.
There's a lot less background noise also. That Dunkin' Donuts is so ambient.
Oh yeah, the energy is different over here. Okay, so you can get cheap hotels here too.
Yeah, I stayed at the Flamingo for, I think it was $120 a night. The Monte Carlo was where we tried to stay first a few years back, but they were undergoing construction. Our room smelled, actually, some like foul construction smell. Maybe poured concrete or something nearby.
Well, I could see somebody trying to get high just staring at that thing like, whoa, dude,
Yeah.
Crackhead ratio looks
So
like it's about the same.
Caesars, again.
So crackhead ratio is about the same over here. Got the money here. Yeah. You think people would be selling,
There's, not trying to cut you off, there's a huge gluttonous thing called Bacchanal. It's a buffet, and it's like $70 or $80 to eat there. But There's hundreds of dishes you can pick from. I mean, bunches of sushi, world-class chefs. I ate there one time and barely got through 2 plates, which I'm fine. You know, that's like Thanksgiving gluttony level, but not like that Monty Python skit with that guy whose stomach explodes.
I mean, I've
from
been to a
eating too much.
$25 Japanese buffet in Portland, and that's about as far as the fancy buffets have gone.
It was the most gluttonous place I've ever been. The city has only gotten brighter with the introduction of LEDs into the mainstream.
I don't know if those are good on the eyes. I'm thinking no.
The blue shifted LEDs that are being put in a lot of streetlights deprive the body of its ability to sleep better, actually, which is not good. They are very efficient on energy, but it's not great for communities trying to get the best rest.
Wow, look at that satanic stuff over there. That is just hardcore.
This is... Oh, wait, no, that's not where they do the... there's a crazy water show right in front of... why am I blanking on all these hotel names? There's so many of them.
Because we're in the time of the blank. I've been drawing blanks. I've been forgetting stuff.
This has an actual Venetian boat ride that you can go on in that hotel.
Oh, wow. It's like we're back in Rome. I just want to megaphone
no,
these
it
people.
is. This is a mini Rome for sure.
Yeah.
I have been to Rome for just one day. I took a cab ride around that city for about 45 minutes just trying
That would
to
be
catch
great
everything.
to megaphone the strip. Like, go to the other side of town, to Radio Shack, somewhere, wherever they have one. Though I think nowadays you probably have to wait online to get one.
I've been watching that show, The Punisher. I just started it up, and besides it being ultra-violent, they talk about Afghanistan a lot, actually, in there, and it's interesting. They show the soldiers' side and also the handlers' side, and they talk just about all of the behind-the-scenes stuff, but again, it's all Hollywood, right? So it's...
Well, what does the
it's still
Punisher
selling,
represent
you know.
then?
The Punisher's family was taken out because he was involved in basically some type of like black ops or something in Afghanistan. There's one actor who's like, I point, you shoot, and just you don't question your orders.
Okay.
Congress has signed off on it. That's all you need to know. They delayed it after the Vegas shooting for its Netflix release, and he was in a season of Daredevil, another Netflix Marvel show. So this is all Marvel. He's a Marvel. Also Pop Slap. So those are 4 apps, all related. They're all under MGM's banner. The thing is, one of the Konami series of games is like China Shores and other stuff, and I just start betting low, and then as time goes on, it's not like your odds of hitting a jackpot go up or hitting the free spins goes up, but you're closer to them than before, actually, always. That's the thing. Even if your odds aren't
All I can tell you is I won
higher.
$25 off of $4, and it was a penny machine. It hit this thing that said 40 free spins, and then it just started spinning. I wasn't doing anything, and no intelligence needed.
Yeah.
It was just,
so
like, what the
that's
hell?
what you try to get is into the free spins mode. And, and so what I was saying is if you start low, just doing like 1 cent per each of the 30 lines or 2 cents, then you want to hit your 5 cents per line when you get this hunch that the free spins are going to come up, because then the multiplier is higher. Now there's one stoplight.
We're coming up on the eyesore on
and
we just had this all-seeing eye winking at us just a minute ago, and then went back to the W, which is the double V anyways. I mean, I should be recording more. This is the land of Oz.
Not even at the top of the totem pole of Zionism. There's like, I think B'nai Mosh is above that, and then there's something above that, and that's when you're getting up into like the actual ruling families and everything. And so Zionism is, as I understand it, Jewish communism, people have said, and it's very powerful in the world, but in the same way that like the left is controlled by gatekeepers, the right is controlled by gatekeepers, you also have historically Zionist gatekeepers as well. I would say even MLK, not that I'm trying to be edgy or anything, but like he did not criticize Israel. Einstein was a little wary of having been involved with the bomb and its implications with Israel. That's the bigger point, is like everyone who's just at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, has more in common than they do with all the rulers, and all of the supremacists have more in common than they are with all of the people who are going to be affected by the policies that are being proposed. You know, there's common ground all over the place if you really look under everything.
I mean, the people look possessed even in the ads here. Like the magicians, all-seeing eye type stuff. A lot of vampire goth chicks. Um,
This must have been a spooky place during Halloween. Encouraged Timothy McVeigh over and over again to...
who did?
I'm trying to remember his name,
okay.
but he was with
Somebody.
German and U.S. intel.
Okay.
And he was at Elohim City, which was a white supremacist compound in whatever state that was. And that's where McVeigh and him met. And as I said, the guy, Strassmeyer, Andreas Strassmeyer was the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
And he encouraged McVeigh over and over again to attack a government building, because I'm pretty sure he knew what the plan was. You know, like McVeigh, being a willing patsy, was brought to that point through this Elohim City compound. He was given the know-how, and he was helped to make weaponry. I'm not even sure if it was the weaponry that was used in the attack, and what I mean by that is there wasn't just one rider truck involved, there were multiples. And so it wasn't just McVeigh who did it, I guess, is the biggest point.
Right,
simplest
okay.
point I can make.
Uh-huh.
And they found unexploded ordnance inside. It wasn't fertilizer bombs just in the truck, which I think there's a parallel with 9/11. Like, it wasn't just planes hitting buildings if that even happened. It was. It was.
Look at that. More like double tower. Look at more
in
tower.
The towers.
Look, towers. Sickness. So you say towers as we pass towers. Things like that. Numerology.
I've been up in the Cosmopolitan before. They have a very swanky, huge chandelier.
We're gonna go
It's called the Chandelier Lounge.
We're gonna go get wasted on dessert wine. You're gonna get the most expensive dessert wine.
I can't drink, to be honest, but it got me in trouble recently again, so I'm not gonna do it.
Guess how much alcohol I've had in Vegas?
I think he said nil.
Nothing.
What I wanted to say about herb is, so there's this Polish anthropologist, her name is Sula Bennett, and she was studying like original biblical text, right? And I can't remember if it's Deuteronomy or not, but it may well be that book where it had this Lord spake to Moses, make this holy anointing oil, and it had all these ingredients, and King James Bible and similars mistranslated the cannabosum in Hebrew as calamus, not cannabis. And she found this out fairly recently in the scheme of things, like in the 2000s. And so she has a wiki article about this, and I believe it's totally solid, even if it's not yet accepted by mainstream, what's the word, linguists or etymologists.
Is this like a river they walk around?
This is a massive water show that I think we should catch, actually.
Yeah, I had a strong feeling when I looked over here. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure where the best parking is to get.
Okay.
But I think we're still coming up on Mandalay Bay if you wanted to see that. But that's the Bellagio.
Okay.
And they have just the craziest light and water.
And for that, they don't really easily point for a new person that there's a strip that they can get to by trolley. There isn't really signs. They could make signs to really promote this, and they have Greyhound all the way over there. So, for whatever reason, maybe somebody has an interest in these two sites being separated.
Could be.
Yeah, because that doesn't seem by accident that they have all that over there.
We're getting into kind of an MGM dominant part of town. You have Mandalay Bay, you have the MGM Grand, and
okay,
Excalibur. All of those are all MGM hotels and casinos. And what I found out in the wake of this Vegas shooting is that I don't remember the guy's name. I wish I had these things available to say so people can look into it. But
right,
one of the guys, he was either like the top board member or the CEO of MGM, has direct Department of Homeland Security ties. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so people putting links together, that is one of them, right? And that hints for people just starting to look into this that there is something there that wasn't just one dude who pulled all of this off. As far as the feasibility of
Whoa,
taking out as many
I never
people,
knew there were skyscrapers right there. That was just friggin' casinos. Whoa, mini Statue of Liberty. What is this?
So this is
New York.
Excalibur up here.
That's in New York,
Yeah,
New
New
York.
York, New York. So
That's,
they have up at the top
whoa.
of that one a roller coaster, and I think maybe even another attraction.
I've never even been able. Yeah, I mean, as much as we can see in 8 hours, the main key
here
parts.
we go. Here's the Luxor with the beam of light shooting up from the top of the pyramid.
Well, yeah, with
Here's
some weird
the
demon,
obelisk, the
with some
Luxor
demonic
obelisk.
stuff.
There is.
Oh my God.
The Sphinx is right here.
Yeah, okay.
And of course, it's right next to the Excalibur, which is the medieval. And isn't Mandalay like India? Isn't that what the reference is there?
Wow.
Am
So
I wrong
where
about
was the
that?
concert? I don't know.
I think it was over here.
Okay.
Right? Isn't that the? Oh, that might actually be the stage. Look.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I think that's the stage.
Okay. And he was where?
Somewhere. He was allegedly up 32nd floor of one of the Mandalay Bay Towers. I believe this one I was in, but I don't remember which that was. I was here somewhere up on one of those floors around August 19th for my birthday. And then it happened about a month later. So that was largely the end of the big hotels and casinos on the Strip. We're heading out.
Mm-hmm. And now the gay ads start popping up on the billboard.
The thunder from down under.
I'm like, literally, I've seen more like almost gay stuff than hetero. Well, it's not that bad. It's not like, yeah.
You heard of the hip conspiracy?
Well, just like the general, I mean, what?
So specifically, there was a meeting.
I mean, like Surge Night, all that stuff.
The late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah.
I don't remember specifically.
Oh, it would definitely be 80s.
But they met at some, I think it was Beverly Hills mansion. There was men in black suits.
Jordan Maxwell
They
was
were
there.
there claiming to represent the music industry bigwigs. And the reason for the meeting being called, which was only found out about by the people invited there after signing an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, was that they were representing people in the music industry who were buying private prison industry stock. And so it was in their best interest for these rappers and hip-hop artists to promote things that lead to crime or are criminal themselves.
This would have to be linked in with the cocaine.
Whether
and
it's
the
sex, drugs, violence, materialism, all this stuff to get people into these private prisons to enrich their owners, basically. And I mean, surely that's like the slave society revealed right there. And again, the NDAs were signed. Some people walked out before they could sign it because they were like, "This is absolutely disgusting," you know. I think there, honestly though, I think there are probably some people here talking about it because of that shooting event that happened here. The same way that I found more people willing to talk about 9/11 because it just had a veneer breaking away and people saw that things weren't adding up. You know, the same thing happened with this shooting, that there's just things that didn't add up.
Do you feel that they did that on purpose? And then also the media attention, multiple shooters being referenced on CNN to get people in that conspiratorial mindset, even if it was.
Maybe.
Look at all the symbolism here.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
Flamingo.
So they have the Osmonds, Donnie.
Getting
not working
getting
right
hotels for free. No, but describe it in five. Here we go.
Okay, so the My Vegas app, it's part of the MGM chain of hotels. There's 3 other apps. There's My Vegas Slots, My Vegas Blackjack, Pop Slots, and Konami's, or My Konami. And they're all linked together. They're all MGM. You can earn rewards points, loyalty points with them and redeem them for real value, like free helicopter tours over Vegas, or free play slots, or free cocktails, free appetizers, free entrees, free rooms, etc. So I just got 3 free nights at the Aria that I have to use before January 5th. So,
and how much would that be normally?
That would be. So I'm still gonna have to probably pay the resort fee and maybe taxes.
Right.
But I think that the value I got is well into the either 300s or 400s.
So you're saving about, it's like saving 50%.
It might even be over $500.
Wow.
No, I'm saving way over 50%. If I'm not gonna go splurge on their expensive dining or anything like that, I saved a lot. The only problem with these things is that you can only have one reward active at once. So I would have to redeem that at the hotel, then go back into the app and then grab like my free entree next, use that, then go back and grab a free cocktail.
Where'd you learn about this?
I think I might have even seen the ad first on Facebook. I'm not positive, or I just saw it in the Google Play Store. I don't remember.
So cell phones, technology, these apps plays a big role in getting a good deal in Vegas.
So it really is actually free stuff, and so usually when I want to use my rewards points, I had 697,000 rewards points. I used 300,000 of them, so 100,000 per night at the Aria, basically. I usually check out the rooms category. The one that I got was one of the featured deals. And they also have stuff all over the world. The couples resorts, I think, is probably in the Bahamas or something.
And folks, the battery's about to die.
Cheaper ones, Excalibur, Circus Circus. It actually can be value, but there's tricks to it as well that I don't have the time to get into. But
now the rest is going to be on demand. We're going to show the first 30 seconds.
We're talking about hip hop.
Clickbait.
Okay. Hold all the murdering up. You got to scap the name it up. Really just praise it up. You got to get high and blaze it up. For the ones that never gave it up, take the champagne glass and raise it up and make a toast to yourself for surviving in a world that's so corrupt.
Well, where'd that
That's
come from?
Twista.
Okay.
Twista, corrupt world.
was
He's definitely on the gangster rap side, but he is also one of the absolute fastest rappers in the world. And he's still producing music.
The stuff Gary Webb wrote about seems to coincide with what you're saying about the record stuff. Same time period, late 80s, mid 80s, and crack cocaine, and the legal structure changed specifically to put the crackheads in bars for much longer.
I saw both that Gary Webb Shoot the Messenger movie, the mainstream one, and then I saw, I'm forgetting the name of it, but the one that had Tom Cruise about the other guy who, that pilot, blanking, but he was working with the Contras and the whole Sandinista thing, and also funneling cocaine and the freedom fighters into the U.S. for the CIA, and then they disowned him and then they killed him. So there was 2 movies made recently.
Are we talking about Blow?
No, the one that came out this year.
Okay.
And
there's certainly a lot of movies about that stuff lately. Are they glamorizing
they are
they certainly,
semi, but they also just aren't going the whole way.
They certainly have done with organized crime stuff. Like, there used to be decent movies that were really well made, like Goodfellas and Casino. And now, like Sopranos, which I've never watched, it's become
actually
kind of
watching that. It's pretty good, but again, it does glamorize and it doesn't go into as much as it should, at least how infiltrated it truly is, and how like the FBI isn't so much against it as they say.
Oh, okay. They're treated like independent families.
Yes.
And it's a comedy kind of. I mean, some of the actors.
Some of the stuff. It's great acting. It truly is great acting.
Right.
They had a great cast. And again, James Gandolfini died. I haven't looked into it. Who knows? Maybe he was just unhealthy. I don't know. But he passed not too long ago.
Well, we are here at the base of the Eiffel Tower.
And it's like every 10 minutes or something, the water show.
Right. Oh, it's a full-on show. One thing I noticed is they really have their sound balanced, even in the most subtle streets in Vegas, like the Fremont East. Now there's an area there called Container Park. Have you ever been there?
No.
It's like a hipster. I didn't want to necessarily put in that box.
Tonight was the first night I've ever even stepped on Fremont Street. Last time I was here, I said I stayed at the Golden Nugget, but we didn't even check out Fremont Street. I didn't. I slept in. My wife took my daughter and they checked it out.
And you drove from the Southern California area.
Yeah.
And it took like how many hours?
The way I drive, 70, 75, it takes about 4 hours.
walking on a bridge kind of that goes over. We're coming out of this higher end mall area. We just saw an art gallery. And that would be the Flamingo. So, yeah, I do like the movie Casino. So if this is kind of nostalgic, the Flamingo, that would be a place. I didn't realize that we were across the street from there. That is pretty cool. So you actually parked right in the heart of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Places I've never been. People everywhere.